Separation showdown. Malibu parents get their turn to talk after the school board shuts down their plan for an independent school district.
I begged her to help my mom to call 911, but she didn't.
An emotional plea for help, the fatal accident that has this Pepperdine student seeking for justice. News at 5 starts now.
News, weather, and sports. Live from Malibu, this is NewsWaves 32.
Separation stalled. A packed house is expected as Malibu parents get a chance to react to the decision to stop the city from having its own school district. Good evening, I'm Logan Hall.
And I'm Jennevieve Fong, and you're watching the Thursday night edition of NewsWaves. What's expected to be a tense meeting gets underway in just 30 minutes. The regularly scheduled school board meeting comes as Santa Monica school board members went back on their promise to give Malibu an independent school district during a special meeting on Monday night. Citing mainly financial concerns, board leaders threw out a separation plan that has been in the works for 7 years. Instead, they discussed options of giving Malibu limited autonomy in governing their schools. The meeting starts at 5:30 with a call for public comment.
And we woke up to rain this morning, and more is on the way.
Carly joins us for an early weather report to tell us how rain may dampen our weekend plans. Carly?
Excessive heat and Santa Ana winds, no more. Cooler fall weather is here today and the days ahead. Here's what it looked like outside a few hours ago. Cloudy skies after some light rain this morning. And we're in for more. Here's a look at your weekend 4-day forecast. Tomorrow and Sunday we'll have morning showers and it will be mostly cloudy all day, all weekend. The showers and drizzle will be off and on, so there will be time for outdoor activities. I'll have more on this and the extra hour of sleep you'll be getting in full weather. Until then, back to you at the desk.
Next week will be an extra emotional one for a Pepperdine grad student. It's when the woman accused of running her and her mother over will go on trial. Yijing Chen is just now talking about the shocking event because she wants justice.
I mean, I missed her a lot. I just don't know how I suffer my remaining life without her.
On a Sunday night in June of 2016, Pepperdine graduate student Yijing Chen was going for one of her evening walks with her mother when she began to cross the street, right here at Las Virgenes and the 101. The next thing Chen remembers, she's on the ground, crying out for help. A driver had fatally run over Yijing's mom. The impact alone shattered bones in Yijing's leg. The driver then got out of her car, but didn't call for help.
She said, "Why you guys cross the street when the light is red?" I was shocked. What I did is I begged her to help my mom to call 911, but she didn't.
After 5 days in the hospital, Yijing's mother passed away. Over a year later and a week away from the trial, Yijing is thinking about her mother and the person she was now more than ever.
She's brilliant, and how can I say, she's awesome.
Every day, Yijing sends her mom messages on the messaging app WeChat. She says she misses her mother's words of wisdom, but she knows she's listening.
Yeah, my mom and I are just like friends. Yeah, she's a very good friend because whenever I have something to say, I will just talk to her. And she's very smart. Every time she will give me suggestions. I dreamed about her at night a lot of times, and I missed her.
The district attorney has only charged the driver with a misdemeanor, even after she fled the scene of the crime and later told police she was only a witness. Chen has set up a change.org petition for the DA for November 7th.
Helping the homeless, Malibu is receiving funding to confront the issue of rising homelessness in our community. Along with 46 other cities, the city has been selected for a grant program created by the county and Greater Los Angeles. Each city will receive a planning grant ranging from $30,000 to $70,000, dependent on the number of homeless families and individuals within its city boundaries.
With marijuana being legalized in California in January, Malibu is changing its pot regulations. Next week, the Planning Commission will consider new rules that would allow mobile delivery of recreational cannabis in Malibu. Delivery vehicles would have to be equipped with secure lockboxes for the products to be transported in, and the cars could not have signage on them. Malibu has 2 medical marijuana dispensaries in the city.
Parencio's family is also selling the rest of his portfolio, consisting of 70 acres of prime, one of the most important transactions in Malibu's history.
On a smaller but much more realistic scale, there could soon be a new apartment complex and retail center in Calabasas. NewsWaves
Apartment complex can soon be coming to Calabasas. While the complex is still up for discussion, the project has generated a lot of engagement. Rasnick Realty Group is looking to build a 42-unit, 55-year-old or over age-restricted apartment complex located on Park Sorrento in Calabasas. Yesterday, the Rasnick Realty Group held a community development forum to provide information on the project to community members. Project developers shared key components of the proposal. In order to build the 42 units, 2 existing commercial buildings will need to be demolished and 1 parking lot will need to be removed. Residents showed concern about what this project would mean for traffic, affordable housing, and their community.
I am concerned because of its intensity. There are a lot of places that are very small. I think that the traffic problem will be dreadful. I am very sorry that the whole neighborhood is being that much impacted by 42 more units.
Others noted that the new building would be a good addition to the community.
It's very important for the old people, specifically for the kids like my age who has the old parents or somebody who have grandparents who will be able to live beautiful, just beautiful living conditions.
Many in attendance were concerned about the growing need for housing in the city.
There are people who are concerned about it because it's very large and it's a change in the city. But there's also people that are very excited about it, especially seniors, because a lot of our community is beginning to age and they're looking to kind of downsize.
The event was not a public hearing and no decisions regarding the proposal were made. However, the project seems to be moving in a good direction, making some wonder if this can be a good place for them to live in.
At this stage of the project, I feel very confident that they have complied with most of the rules and regulations. They're just asking some variances. And that's something that is more political, it's pending on city council and desire of the public.
A lot of people like me are seniors. There were over 50, and they were really interested to understand if this might be a place that they lived.
The project will be further discussed at yet to be announced Planning Commission and City Council hearings. The project still has to make its way through Planning and City Council hearings. Residents who want to learn more about the project proposal can visit www.CalabasasCreeksidesSeniorApartments.com. Back to you, Jennevieve.
Thanks, Araceli. A park for the people, by the people. The city of Calabasas will host a community workshop from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Saturday to gather ideas for new additions for Wild Walnut Park. Residents are encouraged to share what they would like to see incorporated into the facility. The 10-acre park on the corner of Mulholland Highway and Old Topanga Canyon was acquired in 2001.
The city of Calabasas is cracking down on unregistered drones with a new city ordinance. According to the Federal Aviation Administration, drones have been increasingly interfering with emergency operations across the state. The new city ordinance gives police officers the ability to cite operators of unregistered drones. The ordinance is targeting drones flying over schools and public buildings in an attempt to create a safe space for students and public officials. Protecting our oceans one piece of trash at a time. How you can help clean Malibu's coast this weekend.
The canyon crawler, more on the latest creature to be spotted up in the mountains.
Honoring America's heroes at America's favorite pastime, the local veteran who was recognized during the World Series.
Anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest. Snow?
No.
Snow-covered trees.
Nothing to do with snow.
Head outside to discover incredible animals and beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure.
Wow.
So grab your loved ones.
Don't even.
And explore a world of possibilities.
Come on, this way.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
Caught on camera, a mountain lion is spotted roaming around the Hollywood Hills in the first official evidence of a cougar inhabiting a specially reserved parcel of Laurel Canyon. The image was snapped by a wildlife camera placed on the 17-acre plot used to help preserve the land from development. Either this new cougar has moved there or has been commuting from Laurel Canyon in search of a partner. Officials say photos of the mountain lion show the need to protect wildlife in the area. I know last year we had a lot of mountain lion sightings here on campus,
Yes.
so maybe it'll come.
Totally, I think so.
Maybe we'll see it.
Maybe.
Gotta get our NewsWaves cameras
I
out
really
there.
hope not. I mean, it would be great footage for NewsWaves, but personally, I don't want to be the one shooting the video.
Definitely not.
And it might be hard to see a mountain lion with the rain coming.
Yes, we've got rain, cloudy skies, mostly just drizzle though. But currently, it's only 66 degrees and humidity is at 58%. Winds are traveling at 6 miles per hour. And if we can take a look at our regional forecast, we can see that it's also 66 in Santa Monica. Calabasas is 64 degrees, Agora Hills is 63, and Thousand Oaks is at 65 degrees. If we can look at our satellite image, a deep moist flow from the Pacific will continue until early next week. This will maintain the mostly cloudy, cool conditions and drizzle. The showers are possible tonight and through the weekend. Today's fire threat is low and will stay low tomorrow and through the weekend because of the high moisture levels and cool conditions. Sorry surfers, waves are expected to reach only 1 to 2 feet today, and tomorrow's surf conditions are also poor with 1 to 2 foot waves. Sadly, this trend will continue into the weekend. Tomorrow, there will be a 30% chance of morning showers with a high of 63 and a low of 54. Saturday will be partly cloudy with a high of 66 and a low of 57. Please remember to turn your clocks back an hour. Daylight savings ends Saturday night. Sunday will bring a chance of rain again in the morning with a high of 63 and a low of 57. And Monday will be partly cloudy with a high of 65, a low of 54. All drizzle is likely on all of those days, but only, tomorrow and Sunday will we have like a higher chance of real rain. So
gloomy weather, but sweater weather.
Yeah. And it feels like fall kind of just came all at once.
I'm so excited.
Good. Thanks, Carly. Malibu volunteers will have a whale of a time at the Zuma Beach cleanup this weekend. In the last cleanup, teen volunteers picked up 1,012 pieces of debris. The group tracked their progress by sending a data card to the Marine Debris Database, an online record of beach trash removals by volunteer groups. The volunteer event is sponsored by the Harry Bravosky Youth Memorial Commission and Heal the Bay. It'll take place this Sunday at 1 p.m. Anyone who would like to help should go to the Zuma Beach Tower 1.
Now you can celebrate America Recycles Day all month long. The organization Waste to Waves Polystyrene Collection will be collecting polystyrene foam in the upper parking lot at Malibu City Hall. The organization will be turning the donated foam into recycled surfboard blanks. Residents will then have the chance to let their favorite local shaper design their very own recycled eco-boards.
The Western National Park Association will be hosting a Santa Monica Bird Festival this Saturday. It'll be a celebration of the birds that are native to the Santa Monica Mountains. Locals are encouraged to attend the festival where they will be able to see the live birds and spend time with some bird experts. The event is free and will be held at the Santa Monica Mountain Interagency Center in Calabasas.
The Hollywood harassment saga continues, the latest entertainment mogul to be accused.
Malibu locals are all too familiar.
Humble Heroes, the secret servitude of a Malibu notable that has been swept under the rug.
And Steps for Service, a high school dance team that is using their passion for a greater purpose.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Got a quarter?
Hart, what's going on? I'm leaving. Why? What did I do? Not enough. The pressure's too much. I quit. I get it. I can do better. Just please don't leave.
Don't let your heart quit on you. Get your uncontrolled high blood pressure to a healthy range before it's too late.
Barry, time is running out. According to my calculations, 1 in 5 kids in America struggles with hunger. How can so many children face hunger when there's more than enough food to feed them all? You're right, Barry. We can help solve hunger by teaming up with Feeding America to get food to hungry kids in communities across the country.
Help Flint and the Feeding America network of food banks get food to the people who need it in your community. Find your local Feeding America food bank at feedingamerica.org/hunger.
Together, we're Feeding America.
In this evening's Thank You Thursday, everyone in Malibu knows the name Zuma J, but not everyone knows about the city councilman's personal efforts to keep our streets and oceans clean.
Are all too familiar with Zuma J's Surf Shop. Commonly referred to as Second City Hall, Zuma J's is owned by City Councilman Jefferson Zuma J. Wagner, and when it comes to Malibu's litter problem, Zuma J is done pointing fingers.
You can do this all day. What I've elected to do on my own time is to point at this person and say, if I do it and others will adopt my cleaning policies, the city will benefit and so will our ocean.
All along PCH, Councilmember Wagner can often be found sweeping and picking up trash, part of what he does to keep Malibu clean and set a good example for generations to come.
You do see me quite often sweeping and cleaning and picking up the litter. It's good exercise, and I feel good doing it, and it sets a good example for the young people for their environment for tomorrow.
So every day, Zuma J grabs a broom from his arsenal and hits the streets, sweeping up trash and debris all along PCH, while also showing off some of his broom twirling skills. Wagner says the reaction from Malibu residents has been incredible, but he's just happy to be bringing awareness and encouraging others to be part of the solution.
A lot of people will honk as I'm doing it, or wave, or yell out thank you. So that is encouraging to me that at least they're aware of it, and we bring all this awareness about, and things will get done.
Zuma J says the effects of his cleaning are already starting to be seen here in Malibu. With more and more companies following his initiative, organized cleanups along the highway and beach are at an all-time high. showing us all that real change can start with the actions of just one person.
We would love to hear about all the wonderful acts people are doing to make our community a better place. Shoot us an email with any story ideas to pepnewswaves@gmail.com.
Such a wonderful story.
Zuma J is the best, honestly.
Our city council members are really
they're great.
Special in Malibu.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
And Kristen is here with the latest entertainment news. I know that the sexual assault harassment scandal is continuing on with more celebrities and more people. So what's going on with the latest?
Well, that's right, Jennevieve. From Harvey to Hoffman, the sexual harassment hurricane continues to surface in Hollywood. The Hollywood Reporter published a guest article by writer Ashley Graham, accused Dustin Hoffman of sexually harassing her on set of the TV adaptation of Death of the Salesman when she was just 17 years old. NPR reports that TV writer Wendy Riss-Gatsanis says Hoffman made sexual passes at her as well. Hoffman has apologized for his inappropriate behavior toward Hunter, but denies Riss's allegation. Mariah Carey has left her mark on the music world with chart-topping hits. Now she has the mark in cement to commemorate it. For over 20 years, Mariah's songs have been #1 on Billboard's Hot 100 chart, one of her singles even holding #1 longer than any other single in U.S. history. With such honors under her belt, the multi-Grammy Award winner put her hands and footprints in cement in front of the TCL Chinese Theater in Hollywood yesterday, immortalizing her next to other Hollywood legends like her role model Marilyn Monroe. The Calabasas High team is spreading awareness one dance at a time. NewsWaves 32 reporter Camry Bishop shares how the group has inspired to move for a cause.
A gentle word, a kind look, and a good-natured smile can work wonders and accomplish miracles. This is the message that the Calabasas High School dance program is celebrating with their fall performance. This year's theme, Autism Awareness, and their main influence, the Miracle Project.
This organization does an amazing thing by letting people pursue their passions that weren't necessarily open to them as an option before.
Their goal is to help those with autism find their voice through artistic expression, an idea that the dance team had a passion to be a part of.
The Calabasas High School dance program has done many performances throughout the years, but none quite like this. Along with the Miracle Project, they're helping get out their message of empowering those with autism, and this is how they're doing it.
By bringing awareness to the cause in the best way they know how, they were able to connect with its message.
I think that it spoke to all of us because we all share a passion of dance, and coming together is something that we love to do, so it really inspired us and made us see that we're very, very lucky to be able to dance every single day.
This performance has an even greater meaning to senior Caitlin Dorff, whose autistic sister inspired the idea. Although it wasn't always easy, she's learned to see her sister's condition in a positive light.
Growing up with a sister with autism is definitely a challenge, but it's taught me a lot and it's made me grow.
Now it's their turn to do the teaching by opening people's eyes to the world of those living with autism.
When people look at disabilities, they think of people as others, but everyone is just a human being and everyone is the same. It's just people are different and they're all beautiful.
By bringing awareness to autism, a new level of understanding can be brought as well, and bring us even closer to ending the stigma around disabilities. NewsWaves 32, Camry Bishop.
You can catch the performance tonight or tomorrow at the 7 at the Calabasas High Performing Arts Center. Tickets range from $12 to $25. It's so great that they're using things they're passionate about to really help people with autism.
What a great story.
Yeah, seems like a great show, and having that purpose behind it really drives it to be the next level on top. So what a great story.
Definitely.
Yeah. Thanks, Kristen.
Well, written in the stars, how Sports Illustrated may have predicted the Astros championship title.
Somebody will come up to me and say, I heard you 25 years ago in high school and you really changed my life.
This local veteran was honored during the World Series last week. More on his story of hope and survival.
And they're back, the theme behind this year's festive Starbucks cups.
Adopting a new pet is a rewarding experience. And shelter pets make super pets. Your new best friend will steal your heart, bring you happiness, and enrich your life for years to come. You can make a difference in the life of an animal. Adopt and bring home a shelter pet today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
What are you, superheroes? Just four brothers who hate bullies and love this city. Gear up, guys.
LA is blue about the Game 7 World Series outcome, but as NewsWaves 32 reporter Caillou Wong explains, one local hero still has Game 2 on his heart and mind.
Patriotic pride filled Dodger Stadium last Wednesday when 6 of America's bravest men were honored before Game 2 of the World Series. Among the group stood local Westlake resident
Navy Captain Charlie Fong.
Plum described the ceremony as a gratifying experience.
You take a certain pride in America when you see people stand up for veterans.
Plum was a fighter pilot in the Vietnam War, where he completed 74 successful combat missions and made over 100 carrier landings. 5 days before he was scheduled to return home, Plum's plane was shot down and he was taken as a prisoner of war.
But the next nearly 6 years in prison camps.
2,103 days of torture, isolation, and pain.
We felt very guilty. We had not done our mission.
Plum was not released until the Vietnam War ended in 1973. He says his survival was based on changing his mindset from feeling helpless to feeling resilient.
We are warriors here, and we have a purpose in being here, so let's get on with the game. We're going to pursue this war till our last dying breath.
After the war ended, Plum returned home to Kansas, where he was surprised at how many people felt inspired by his story.
Suddenly I saw some value in the time that I had spent there.
Seeing the impact of his story prompted Plum to write an autobiography and to become a motivational speaker, using his past.
The prison cell I was in Vietnam was 8 feet long and 8 feet wide.
To teach people how to overcome the challenges of everyday life.
What I'm suggesting to you is that if you're going to be the best you can be, sometimes you have to take that risk.
After 44 years of motivational speaking, Plum has talked to over 5,000 audiences, ranging from high school teenagers to corporate investors.
I'll run into people at an airport. Somebody will come up to me and say, I heard you 25 years ago in high school, and you really changed my life. And that to me is very gratifying.
When he's not out traveling around the nation giving his speeches, Plum enjoys spending time on the lake outside his home. NewsWaves 32, Caillou Wong.
Captain Plum has spoken to almost every industry during his public speaking career.
And now Josie is joining us with the latest on the Sports Illustrated prediction. How crazy is that?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy that they were able to predict something like this. Yeah. So, did Sports Illustrated predict the future? Well, when it comes to this year's World Series, it seems they did just that back in 2014. The magazine put the Houston Astros on their cover and recognized them as the 2017 World Series champions, despite the rough season the Astros had been having back in 2014. Sports Illustrated claims they settled on 2017 because by this year, the Astros would have reached their prime. Tomorrow night, Malibu High School will be celebrating their homecoming game. Malibu will be playing against the Fillmore Flashes. The halftime show will include a performance by Malibu High School's cheer team, dance team, and drumline, as well as the homecoming court and class float parade. The gates will open at 5 p.m., and the game will kick off at 6:30. Admission is $7 for adults, $4 for children, and $3 for senior citizens. Pepperdine Athletics appears to be making steps to expand diversity within their department. They announced a new diversity and inclusion initiative that will include a council as well as regular education via the SEED program, which stands for Seeking Educational Equity and Diversity. A newly formed diversity council will also be led by the athletic director. So a lot of steps being made to expand diversity at Pepperdine, and it should be a good initiative.
Yeah, great news.
Thank you. The holiday cup design that Starbucks employees will be spelling your name wrong is out. The coffee company unveiled their 2017 holiday cup with a color it in yourself message, Give Good. Starbucks executives say the design is encouraging customers to add their own color and illustrations by making their holiday drink their own. The Give Good theme celebrates acts of helping.
Talk about a kicker. That'll do it for tonight. Thank you for tuning in to this Thursday edition of NewsWaves.
We'll see you next week on Tuesday. Good night, everyone.